Hey everyone, welcome to Kip TV. I am Kip. Today I've got a match for you. Preseason UGC Highlander, and this guy is ready to party. Let's see at the teams. We have GDM, that is Goose, Duck, Moose, versus Turboholics. There's two New Zealand / Australian UGC Highlander teams, so awesome to see that division growing and having lots of fun. Anyway, let's meet the teams. On GDM, we have Batman Pro as Spy, Dookie is Engineer, Lisa is Sniper, Pootis Aceman is Scout, Striker 4455 is Pyro, Rabbit is going to be Demo Man, Sparty Kawaii is Heavy, and a Goat is playing Soldier. Over on Turboholics, we have Razor as Demo Man, Lanoob is Heavy, Pescata Rosea, which is fun to say, it makes me feel Italian, is Engineer, Lucan is Scout, La Volpe is Medic, makes me feel French saying that, Saint, Jay is Soldier, Aimless is Spy, Pika Cheeks, this makes me feel like a Pokemon, is Pyro, and then Winter is on Sniper. Appropriately, Winter is very decked out for Winter, so I appreciate that consistency in the name. So we are here on Barnblitz Pro. This is preseason, so it doesn't quite matter, but I love Barnblitz Pro, so I'm always in the mood to cast it. For those of you who don't know, the biggest change from Barnblitz to Barnblitz Pro is going to be this Pugloaf in the opening shot, and you can kind of tell his squishy little face is just so cute. Oh my goodness, I love Pugloaf. That's the best part of any pro version of any map, is the Pugloaf. Also, some huge changes. Of course, there is no snow, which is going to help with some players' FPS. Then as well, on this version of Barnblitz, I think it's RC 3 or 4, we do have this little opening that goes to first barn, where our engineer for red is setting up first. Of course, it's easier for the engineer to get there, but it's also much easier for the spy to backstab the engineer, so definitely going to need some support for Pescata Rosea. Now, blue team is missing their Demo Man, which is pretty significant. I think they may get somebody in there. We will see. Oh, Razor getting a nice pipe there on the spy, who of course was dead, bringing out of that, so no harm, no foul. We actually have the blue Uber popped immediately coming out of spawn right here. We'll see if GDM can make something of this, because this pop is not in the best place. They're going to force a red pop, so that's going to be something good. But oh, Medic does not escape. In fact, goes down right after that. Blue's trying to clean up, and Heavy's doing an okay job staying alive, taking down the spy, taking quite a few with them. That's Sparty, who's ready to party, and Kawaii. I'm not even sure what Kawaii means still, but I don't really care, so don't tell me in comments. But he is doing a good job staying alive on that cart. Continuing, really, he's just a one-man wrecking crew right now. He's finally getting some overheals from his med, trying to push up onto Cliff. Needs to focus down that medic, but instead steps on some stickies right there, taken out. Rabbit's going to have to get out of there, preserve any Uber he has right now, because they are at a disadvantage, of course, because the med went down after their first pop. So we'll see if they can't get into garage. Definitely going to need an Uber to take down that sentry gun, because it is nice and secure in the corner right there. So Rabbit really needs to focus on staying alive right now with a 60-70% Uber charge. In a very vulnerable position, because like you can see, there are some stickies coming over the edge, but it looks like they do cap. Sentry gun's still up, and that is one of the problems of having the sentry gun in that location. Oh, you could see, and then terrible camera work, just missed it, but Aimless gets the stab on Rabbit, who goes down. He had to have been close to an Uber right there. I don't think he was full, but that stinks right there for GDM. We'll see if they can recover. Missing that snipe right there, but Lisa does take down Winter, and then goes down to a backstab, so Aimless having quite a bit of fun right now. Meanwhile, Liverplay did get that Uber all the way up, so they're just waiting to pop. The sentry gun did go down. Sparty did get some shots on it right there, and with that, Red is going to abandon bar. I'm not sure why they didn't pop that Uber to just delay it a little bit, but they're gonna have that Uber now in attic, so it's not a terrible plan. I mean, it makes sense. Again, blue still pretty far behind in terms of that Uber. Winter really wanted that shot, but narrow little space for him. Oh, looking like he could get something right here, but just missing all of his shots. It's really unfortunate. Possibly because the snow melted and he's no longer, maybe he's probably really hot considering he's in his huge winter getup. Anyway, we do have the red Uber coming out here, and Razor getting some nice sticks down, was able to get the med, and only 2 up right now. JK just 1 up. That is Lisa for GDM. So a pretty clean wipe right there. We'll see if Lisa can maybe buy his team an advantage. Buy her team? I don't know, maybe Lisa's a feminine name in New Zealand or Australia. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to go ahead and call her because that's what I feel like doing right there. So he's going to have to just wait for the rest of her team to respawn to get something going right here. Meanwhile, we do have the scout doing his job, creeping up behind, needs to turn around because in comes the spy to clear off that cart as well as Pikachu's. Saint getting the rocket. Where is Saint positioned that he was able to take it down the med? We'll get on his camera real quick, of course. Probably playing that. Oh, he actually went down right there. All right, so playing that roaming soldier role. Does a good job of just keeping the opposing med on his toes. And if he's not on his toes, he is in his grave. Or at least in his spawn, I guess. Aimless. Oh, how did he not get that? That's frustrating. But Sniper Lisa gets a headshot on him. Wow. Nice, quick little snipey snipe right there to take out Aimless, who's been a large threat. Just want to check the scores. Yeah, he is top scoring on his team right now. We do have 100% Uber ready and waiting for red team. Don't necessarily need to pop it yet. Oh, but there is a spy in on everything. It does get the backstab on the heavy. So if they do need to pop it immediately, heavy is not going to be a part of this. But Centrigan stayed up right there. Some nice nice defense by Piscata Rosea. Oh, so much fun to say. Pikachu's, though, pretty fun to say too. I don't know who wins the prize for most fun to say name. So regardless, looks like Red Heavy is back up and he's calling. One of the heavies is calling and being very, very annoying right there. We'll see this Uber exchange come out shortly. Blue actually dropped down and they don't have this Uber quite yet. We will see it though coming out. Want to get on the blue heavy cam. No, he goes down and Med is all alone. Doesn't pop the Uber. Oh, wow. Bad news right there for GDM. So Goose, Duck, Moose just can't catch a break right now in terms of pushing this second point, which if you allow the enemy team to get set up, it can be one of the more difficult points in Highlander to push. And they let the enemy team get set up, so not looking great right now for GDM. In fact, they only have a minute. I was looking at the wrong time. They do have 4 minutes, so there's a good amount of time left for them. We'll see though if they can't get some of these collective pushes together and at least pop that Uber, if you know what I'm saying. Looks like Rabbit went down to the sentry gun. No, just kidding, that was a dead ringer. Oh, Rabbit is on Demo Man right now, and Dookie has gone Medic. Okay, so we do have a Demo Man for GDM, but remember they are playing 1 man and or woman down, so that's definitely a significant. But the fact that they did switch it around, so they do have a Demo Man, hopefully that'll change their fortunes. But when you have your med going demo, that's a little concerning to me. We'll see. We'll see how well Rabbit can switch gears here and possibly get that sentry gun. We do have a push coming in here. The sentry gun will not go down. Sticky is being thrown. Heavy runs out of ammo. That is worst case scenario right there for GDM. The sentry gun did get no, it got picked up. Some nice sentry gun play out of Piscato Rosea, and Red Uber wasn't even popped. They should probably pop it just before they get backstab. How is Batman getting in there? That's the 3rd sap I think he's got out in the sentry gun. The first 2 were unsuccessful. This one did find its success. So a nice sap right there. Unfortunately, the rest of his team wasn't really around to push the cart, and what they did get on the cart, a goat was there, but he gets taken down by St. J. So this holding pretty nicely for Turboholics. In fact, Piscata Rosea may in fact try to rebuild again. We'll see. If St. J can take down this heavy threat coming from opposing side, that will definitely help his engineer pal build. And it looks like, yeah, they're level 1 up, but of course that's not greatest. And again, Batman gets in here. He is the knight. That's a 4 sap down on the sentry gun. Doing a good job distracting, if nothing else. Oh, and with that distraction, a goat almost caps, but not quite, as a cart is just inches away right here. This is where you send in the dead ringer spy just to tap it in. Volp has been, Volp, I'm sorry, I forgot the law right there, has been holding on to that Uber for a long time, and if I were him, I'd be super nervous, considering the fact that Batman has been in and up in the sentry gun's face like 4 times. I would pop if I were him to just clear out possibly this area right here. Of course, you'd have to go in and up, but that is going to be a cap right there. See, I'm not sure why they weren't on the point with that Uber just to stop the cap. Regardless, though, it is a pretty long time, so they had a nice long hold here, and they're going to continue trying to hold, which is pretty ballsy, but we'll see how it goes. I guess is the answer. No, it looks like Pescata Rosea is going to fall back. La Volpe is pushing forward. Oh, he totally should have gone for the med kill right there, but looks like the new med that is Dookie is going to stay alive. Will pop that Uber, so already doing something right. What is going on right there? Flying soldier, not the best situation. Volpe is still holding on to this Uber. That is insane to me. I think that may take the prize for longest held on Uber, because yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. And it's saying a lot, though, that the opposing team has let him hold on that long. I think maybe targeting the medic would be a better idea than maybe that sentry gun that Batman has been doing. But I don't know. We will see, as a Red putting up a pretty forward hold right here in yard. They've spotted out the med right here, and I'm wondering, they could definitely push tunnel right here and get that med pick with an Uber. Probably don't even need the Uber, as med was running away alone. He did fall back, and Dookie at 51% right there. So staying alive. Oh, and this is not going to end well for the heavy without any med support. Now Dookie, don't do that. Don't do that. He needs just to get this Uber up. He's got to watch out for his back, because what's his name? Shiftless, aimless. There we go. In there, but instead Dookie does go down. I think it was Stickies that took him out right there. So played a little too far forward, and at this point, when you already have an 8-minute time here on Barnblitz, you're not even at the hardest part yet. I hate to break it to you guys, but the hardest part is still before you, and that is Barnblitz last. So you need to be playing. I mean, I don't know. Should they be playing aggressively because they need to make up this time, or do they need to play passively and just get those Ubers up and play conservatively, or what do they need to be doing here? And you can go back and forth on this for a while, and that's why TF2 is so great, because there's a lot of ways to interpret play. And we do finally have the red Uber popped. It looks like to mostly keep Volpe alive. Just gonna keep on Winter's cam right now because he got a sweet headshot right there on a rabbit. Poking at this heavy right here, who is playing a little too much roamer heavy and not sticking with his med as much as he should have, especially in a map like Barnblitz, especially on payload. I mean, heavy med combo on Highlander payload is almost indestructible if you play your cards correctly. We do have blue med just kind of all over the place, and a little too far forward for my liking, considering that they definitely need this Uber to get this third point. There is that level 3 sentry gun. Well, they probably don't need that Uber because they do have blue Demo Man in a good position where he could just spam that sentry gun and does take it out with a pill right there. See if Winter can get the shot on the med. Misses it. Oh, he's so close right there, but not able to make the deal. Seal the deal, if you will. We do have 100% Uber ready to go for GDM, so if they can pop this and just wipe or get it close to a player wipe right here, they could have a potentially good time, except they're focused on the teleporter right there, so not a good decision. Really need to get that med pick. Only 3 down right now, and Red's going to get these respawns coming out fully charged. Well, not fully charged, but fully healed. And not a great push right there for GDM. Ouch, don't even know how Rabbit went down right there, but Rabbit is now on, Striker on Pyro. We do have Winter is getting these headshots that are going through the card, it looks like. But we do have 9v9 now. Okay, so who did we Maz MAZ is now on Soldier. So having a little bit of a scattering of a player roster right here. Definitely going to make it harder for GDM to get some sort of consistency going. And they have a time of 11 minutes 20 seconds. That's going to be hard as well. At this point, you're just kind of like, well, can we just go on to the second round? Because there's no way we're going to be able to do this. But never say die, never surrender, etc. for Highlander. So we'll see what they can put together. Red, once again, holding on to an Uber. And it seems like every time you look up, Love Volpe does have an Uber ready to go. So that is definitely telling he is staying alive way too much. And definitely needs to be pressured more from the spy, possibly sniper. It's gonna be hard getting a good sniper position in last right here, unless you're Max, basically. Max, one of the best Highlander snipers in the world, if you want to go there, but that's also controversial. And that again is why TF2 is so great, because you can argue about anything. Argue nicely, though, of course. So we're just waiting for GDM to get this Uber up, because pushing Barnblitz last with the level 3 up is going to be pretty impossible without an Uber. We'll see how they decide to play it when they do get it up. We'll get on the Amos cam. He is since fallen in points right there, so obviously looking to spice things up. Looking for any blue players, but blue is just not far forward. Do not have a good positioning at all right now. Oh, hello. But they are pushing into last. I'm not sure who was on that. Putis Ace Man, I think, was in on the cart. So doing a good job as scout. Of course, he's not going to be able to do it all alone with that level 3 sentry gun. Which I like this position. Wrangled, it can be very successful. And I think that Pescado Rosea has really proven himself to be a knowledgeable engineer. Saving his sentry gun several times. One of the more popular positions these days has been what is fondly called a Sigafu spot, which is right here, where you can just go in and out of spawn and get resupplies and then heal with the Rescue Ranger. I like this position because it's a little more aggressive, and with that Wrangler out full time, really, Pescata Rosea can just stop anybody who's just thinking about touching the cart. Dookie goes down! Oh my god, Dookie had 100% right there, and Winter took him out. Oh my goodness, I should have been on the Winter cam. Too busy talking about the engineer, that's usually how it goes. But Winter only has two bullets left, so we're just gonna stay on his cam until he does something else amazing like that, perhaps. Maybe taking down Maz, who is now on... taking down the... I'm confused. I thought he got the NG snipe right there, but no. So we will we'll just stay on his cam because he's making the big plays right now. Obviously, his winter jacket not bothering him anymore now that the snow is melted. Maybe it's a brisk 40 degrees where there's no snow, but the winter coat helps out. Just take a shoulder snipe right there, so I'm gonna have to fall back. We'll go back on the Amos cam. He's got that spicicle out, so maybe it is kind of cold out. Still, Red has been holding on to this Uber, and that's so not a good sign for GDM. Goose, duck, moose, because moose, duck, goose would not make sense, of course. I did have another snipe there by Winter, who is on 5k streak right now. Not too shabby. Sparty can't overextend right here, but he appears to be poking out a little too much, taking a lot of damage right here. Is trying to do this long-range sniping, which is very, very enticing to do as a heavy, but a bad idea because you're just going to put down a little damage, and if the enemy's medic doesn't have that Uber, you're just going to help him build faster. But in this situation, that Uber is... Who was taunting? What? Why would you do that there? I'm going to assume that was a mistake. Oh my god, especially since his medic was so close to Uber. Med does get Uber with the saw. Dookie pops it, has to pop it, trying to get another one. And that was not the right decision, which I'm sure Dookie realizes, but it was just too ballsy. In the pub or whatever, it's fine, you know, pull up that saw in the midst of an Uber, try to get another couple seconds out of it. But when you're trying to survive and your team is having a really, really hard time pushing in and you need that Uber to get in, you pop it and you survive, and that's it. Did not happen right there, so GDM not looking great. There's only a minute and 15 left. Noob is pushing forward pretty crazy right here, and he really should be dead. That's his low health needed to be called out there by GDM, and finishing off that heavy would pretty significant considering there's only 60 seconds left. And this is where usually most caps of Barnblitz last happen, when the blue team is like, oh shit, we should probably cap this. And they just pull out all stops and just get super aggressive and usually end up capping. We'll see though, or sometimes end up capping, not usually, because a lot of times Barnblitz Lost just doesn't get capped, and that's the way the cookie crumbles, and that's the way that's why Barnblitz is still pretty controversial in terms of, is it going to be one of these staple Highlander maps like Badwater or Swiftwater for UGC, or is it going to be one of these maps that is resigned to preseason until people figure out a way to push Barnblitz last, or another version comes out. I have received word that there is another version of Barnblitz in the works, so maybe a final version of Barnblitz that fixes these ultimate holds on last that just last forever. Scout for Blue has been doing a great job just continually touching the cart, so we will go into overtime. Uber is finally popped on red, and that is going to be a hold right there for Turboholics. So they're putting themselves in a nice position as they go to offense. Of course, all they have to do is cap the 3 points in less than a minute and 20 seconds, or capture all 4 points in however long map timer gives them. Let's check a scores real quick. So Razor Demo Man doing a lot of nice work right there. Lavolpe, I'm surprised he only has, you know, about 16, 17 more points than opposing Medic, but it's because he hasn't been playing aggressively. He's just been holding on to that Uber forever. If he had popped his Uber every time he got it and pushed forward with his team, he would have had, he'd have like 70 points right now. But since he's been playing a little more cautiously, he doesn't have that many points. I mean, which is absolutely fine. Obviously it worked because his team is able to put up a really nice defensive time here. We'll see if he plays any, if those points go up considerably, because you can't be too passive on offense here. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to look to see if anything else is super interesting. But in general, you can pretty much see that Turboholics have been outplaying this opposing team. Mudkip Cups going down immediately to a snipe, so no Demo Man. Looks like that's our Demo Man now for red, so a lot of roster changes mid-game is never a good sign for GDM. We'll get on the... Yeah, let's get on the Razor Cam as he was pushing out. Oh my goodness, so many kills going down on GTM. Only 4 up right now. It is a massacre right now. Good news is Doogie is still alive and holding on to that Uber. He needs to pop it immediately. It does pop it, but on whom is the question? On no one. He's trying to stop the cart, but really just needs to get out there alive. He may not make it as Razor is trying to push him down, but or track him down, but no, Dookie will get out of there alive, which is good news. But bad news is Blue didn't pop the Uber at all. I'm not surprised that Volpe didn't pop. That's just his not... Okay, finally he does pop right there. He took about half damage, and he's like, I would like to survive. So definitely a good choice right there. Dookie trying to stay in there and help his demo, but really should have gotten out of first much sooner. Of course, easy for me to say. Very easy for me to say anything and everything, really. Let's check in on the aimless cam, see what he's going to do to help prevent anything from going up here on in Attic. He is going to distract the sniper as a pill just rolls right under him. Or maybe, I don't know, Lisa. But Blue right now doing a great job pushing forward, and they will probably capture second right here with a very nice time. Dookie, meanwhile, can't find anyone to heal except the opposing scout spy, which is always a bad sign. He needs to just get out of here. I think this is probably the time to go crits or something. Oh, and he's just setting himself up for a ramp stab. He does get an Uber saw in there, gets another one. Hey, look at that. Dookie with the saws. Way too far ahead right now. No, he's going to waste his... Oh... poor Dookie. Dookie, by the way, one of Green Day's best albums. I'm sure that's what this New Zealand Australian team is named after. You know, an album by Green Day. We did have the sentry gun up here, which is a nice position if you have support. Otherwise, somebody can round the corner and easily take you out. Cart will get pushed to that third point in literally seconds, so that will be the first round going to Turboholics. Looks like we are going to go right into the second round. So, good news for Turboholics, who right now have a good the momentum going. Oh, well, we do have to change teams, so we'll be back after that. And we are back with the second half. So like I was saying, the momentum definitely in the favor of Turboholics right now, which is nice because they are pushing first and ready to put up a good time. I can only assume that's what they want, of course. Interesting place for a suicide from GDM. Looks like we had 2 heavies going, so that was why. Definitely need goat to go whatever class they needed. Looks like he is on still on heavy. Why not? Sure, why not? Anyway, look at this sentry gun setup. Oh no! Oh no, goat was oh no, that is so not good. Goat was NG right there. Oh, and he's not going to be able to get up a level 3 at this first point, which is pretty essential right there. This is basically giving up the first point to Turboholics. We'll see if GDM can hold it for any amount of time, which would be nice, but it's going to be significantly harder without this level 3. We'll see if blue knows it. Forward hold right here from red. They really should be holding back in the barn because they don't have this level 3. But fortunately, blue just crept by them and didn't know the combo went by. Should probably pop this Uber soon. There you go. If they can clear off the cart, that'd be really, really nice and possibly give them a little better of a time. Blue med got way past them, and this Uber's not doing what it needed to do right there. Red med kind of alone right here. Heavy goes down on cart trying to defend. Oh, Abel's getting a 2-stab right there. Still kind of in the mix as Pudis Aceman trying to finish him off. Oh, finally does take him down. But guess what? He was dead running. Of course he was. Of course he was, because that's just the way that this game is going for GDM right now. We'll see if Batman can't buy them an advantage if he could get a La Volpe to drop, or not drop, but to go down right here. No, of course not, because that's the way this game is going for GDM. So 1 minute and 30 right now for the first point. Nice little time as they are keeping up that aggression, and there's nobody alive for red. Sparty right there trying to put forward a hold on second, but really should be trying to take this attic right here. Going to be hard as blue is just pushing up and being aggressive like crazy, just doing everything right, whereas everything is going wrong for GDM. Right now, Dookie has to stay alive, and I think, again, I would say go crits. Go crits, because so you can devastate the opposing team, buy some time for your engineer to build. It's going to be difficult to get anything going here on any point but last for a goat. So he's got to get some time, and we'll see if he can. Where is he building? He was building here at third. He needs to just fall back to last. Last you can hold for a good 4 or 5 minutes, and that would enable GDM to have a fighting chance at possibly making it. But how did... Oh, that was the sniper that Winter took out. We'll keep on his cam and just look at these players for GDM. They just can't stay alive, and right now that needs to be priority number 1. No, Sparty, don't do that. Overextension, don't. No. Oh, he does take down the heavy, not able to get... Oh, he does get Winter, but at what expense? That's just another player down right here on defense. No, medic, what are you doing? Dookie, I think, was going after his heavy, but some miscomms right there to say the heavy was already gone. 100% Uber ready to go. Hey, Striker getting a nice kill right there on Demo Man, forcing the Uber pop on the engineer, and Striker getting some good luck right here and doing some nice work and just preventing anybody from getting near the cart. He does take a lot of damage. His medic's down, so can't get those overheals. Again, most players down. Well, 5 up right now for GDM. Just kidding, only 3 right now. One of them is the medic, and those overheals can come out, but Dookie right now not healing. We'll get that medic gun stream on somebody and may buy his team a breathing shot right here. He just needs to stay alive, possibly go quick fix, but I would rather crits right here. We'll see if Maz? Not sure what he can get done. Does take down Winter, and that's just been a significant threat. Not so much in this round, but last round definitely. We'll see. As this is buying some breathing room for Red. A goat is up. Is he building is the question. And this will be the point where you build in here, because it's a very passive position, but it's going to keep you protected and enable easier building. But right now, a goat, I'm not even sure where he is. I mean, he's running the gunslinger, I'm guessing because he didn't think that he had enough time. But there is no... There needs to be... I'm guessing he's not an engineer main, because this is all taking a little bit too long. He should really have those keybinds down much faster, or having that building scheme down faster. Anyway, not a good position here for GDM. They do pop their Uber and have that in response to Blue's Uber as they are pushing forward. Do get on the cart for a nice little delay, but just outnumbered right now. Only one up. It is Batman. See if he can't do anything. Instead, he gets headshot by Winter. And that will be a time of 4 minutes and 36 seconds for... It says GDM, but that's not right, for Turboholics. So a nice, tidy sum of a time right there, and it's going to be very difficult for GDM to beat that, especially considering they just haven't had that good feeling coming into any of these rounds. It's just been very... oh god, what's going to happen next type of situation, whereas Turboholics have just been having all the luck and or talent. I mean, TF2 is a combination of both. Like everything, it's luck and talent. I don't know what the percentages are. Some games it seems like it's mostly luck and just a tad bit of talent. Other times it seems like it's all talent. And I think Turboholics really do have the better team right here. There's been better DM, there's been better team cohesion, and I think they're all on their mains, which is something I don't think we're seeing from GDM. We've seen a lot of back and forth, and Mid Cups is how you say his name, is now on Spy. He was on Demo Man before. We have Batman now on Demo Man. It's just been all over the place right here, and just not a solid team that we've been seeing. But you know what? This is preseason. This is the time, if there is ever any time, to figure out your roster. It doesn't count. It's just kind of feeling some players out, feeling what positions they're good in. Lanoob, oh, I thought for sure he'd be backstab right there. But Pika Cheeks all over that. So Pika Cheeks helping out. We did have Blue Med go down, or did Zuki pop? I'm not exactly sure, but regardless, Blue Med Uber not doing anything right there. Dookie is still trying to heal his heavy, but no, Sparty going down on the cart. Maz trying to get something going here, and a good idea, but he gets taken out. Pika Cheeks just on a little bit of a roll right now. We'll get on his cam, as he's having a pretty good time defending the cart right now. He's running that shotgun, which is different than we'll usually see. Lisa, meanwhile, taking down the Lanoob, so no heavy if Red does decide to pop this Uber soon. Pika Cheeks, that second axe will take out the heavy right there. The axe with the pretty bow on it. It's just so festive, so beautiful. Lavolpe is still holding on to this Uber, and again, that shouldn't be surprising because he's very well protected. He hasn't been stressed or pressured too much in any situation, and so that's great news for him. That's what every medic wants. Just like, I feel like I have to make a football analogy, which isn't going to make sense to my New Zealand and Australian viewers, but American football, of course, you want to give your quarterback tons of time to decide on when and where he wants to throw that ball, and if he has that football, and if he has good protection, he's going to make a better throw. If Medic has good protection, he's going to make a better Uber pop. It's pretty much how it goes right there, and he's got great protection, been holding on to that football, if you want to continue that analogy, for a while now. I do Super Bowl Sunday when I'm casting this, so that is why I'm making football analogies. Sorry. So he's still holding on to it. Absolutely insane. Only 2 minutes and 34 seconds left right now for this blue team. Sparty overextending again. I think like that's been a significant... Oh, Striker trying to do something right there. Not able to do so much with that level 3 center gun firing everything at his face. I feel like I was going to say something, but oh yeah, heavy overextending. You can't have that when you're going against a really short time. You need to have those heavy classes up and ready to push at all times with that Uber, because you can't be holding on to Ubers like Red is right now, because they're just not being pressured. Meanwhile, there's a lot of pressure coming down on GDM, and they just aren't going to be in position they need to when this Ubers comes off. If it comes off at all, the noob is taken down right there, and down goes Dookie. Was so close to an Uber and denied, absolutely denied from the Turboholic team, which is just doing great amounts of work. Look at that headshot from Winter. Will stay in. Can he get another headshot? Takes down Lisa right there on a bit of a roll with 4 kill streak going. We'll see if can't extend it a little bit more. If he can get a snipe through that tiny little area, I'm gonna be so impressed. Of course, I'm usually impressed with most headshots and most snipers because yeah, that's pretty steady hand is something I do not have, and they all seem to have it. Anyway, we are running out of time for this team. Winter does get a body shot right there on Striker, up to 5. He's going to give him a break, maybe fall back a little, let him get in there, and then take him out again. Meanwhile, Dookie down, no Uber, anything ready. Dookie has to be, with less than a minute left, you have to be on quick fix right here. And I'm actually surprised I haven't got quick fix earlier, but they're not on QF right now. So I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity. I mean, well, it doesn't matter. What am I saying? It doesn't matter. There's no way they're going to be able to push this all the way to the end in less than a minute. So this is going to be GG, going to Turboholics for the win.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
I mean, it's 30 seconds left for this point, 50 seconds left for the entire map, and both are very unlikely. There is that level 3 sentry gun still up, and Red just pops their Uber, gonna try to just take out anybody and everybody who's left alive. Batman is discovered. He can just lob stickies over, but I don't think, is anybody even there? Not so much, and he will go down. Sentry gun still up and shooting everybody who doesn't realize that it is still up. So that is going to be the end of the game. GG. Congratulations to Turboholics, who start off the season with a bang. Too bad it doesn't count. But hey, good luck to GDM. Hope you figure out your roster situations, but keep it up. There's some nice highlights. I think Striker defending the cart was a nice highlight. Maze with some nice roaming soldier goals, and I think Lisa had a few good snipes in there too. Just once everything else falls into place, wish them well in this season. Turboholics, wish you well as well. Well, that's all I can right now. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.